Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Today in very just like awkward angle fashion, I'm gonna do like a little update for Sean. Sean is 9 months old as of yesterday. So I wanted to pick up the camera, talk to you guys a little bit about his stats and how he's doing, sleeping, eating, I don't know, any of the other things that I can think of. We'll do it very quickly and just in awkward angle fashion because I have nowhere to put my camera. This guy loves it when he sees the camera when I'm filming. Hey buddy. Right now it's the morning time and we're doing what we really spend most of our days doing these days. Like I put a bunch of his random toys all in baskets and in the floor and stuff. And then he goes from one side to the other side, putting stuff back in baskets, climbing all over the place. So let's start with his like schedule per se, or like what a typical day looks like for him. So right now he's still not sleeping through the night, you guys, so he's still waking up several times at night, so I'll get to that in a minute. Normal wake up time for Sean right now is about 7:30. Then he's up for, I'd say, a good like 2.5 to 3 hours. His wake windows have definitely lengthened a bit, so anytime around like 9:30 or 10 is when I can expect him to go down for his first nap. His naps right now are about an hour and a half. And then he's up again, we're doing more playtime. And then his second nap of the day, depending on when he woke up, it's usually like another like 2.5, 3 hours after that. Then he'll take like an afternoon nap, and then that's about it. Then we do like dinner time, bath time, all of that. And then bedtime for him is somewhere around 6:30 or 7. I usually like for his bedtime to not be like way later than that and not earlier than that. And then if he goes to sleep like around 6:30 or 7, I can anticipate that he's gonna be up every like 3 to 3.5 hours after that. So for example, last night he went to sleep around 7. It was actually a little later. He was up at 10, he was up at 1, he was up at 4, and then up like at 7. That's like what a typical night still looks like for me. I at least have 2 or 3 wake ups. So yeah, that's been still kind of like on the struggle bus about that. Still a major improvement from the times that I was waking up like every hour and a half. So we've stretched it along, like we've come a long way, his sleeping. And he is sleeping in his bed, by the way. He's sleeping in his crib, in his own room. So it's good in the sense that he has a separate space, but it's also bad for me because when he wakes up in the middle of the night, I have to like walk to his room to like put him back to sleep. So yeah, he's still giving me a run for my money in terms of the sleeping, but at least he is napping and I don't have to do like every nap in the baby carrier. Here, there's a crumb, which is another thing that we're working on now that he's like crawling and stuff. And the 2 bigger kids are like always around with their toys and stuff. Like have to make sure that all the little stuff is off the floor because he will get into it. It's really funny, like I guess I'll talk about some of like the developmental stuff. It's funny because he's been like scooting around and like what his version of crawling is. Like this is his version of crawling. He's been doing it for a long time now. He can make his way everywhere, but he doesn't like really crawl on his knees. Now he's getting a little stronger and now he's starting to work on that, like, you know, getting up on his knees skill. Like yesterday he went from one side of this bouncer, like underneath, he like crawled up there and then crawled out the other side. He might want to do it now, but he's learning to like crawl over things and he's getting like a little bit stronger, but not like the typical crawling on his knees that I'm used to. Like now he's like trying to figure it out. Come on, you can do it. Look at that. You're so strong. I think that that's too much work for him at the moment, so we're not gonna do that. I've been working with him. I've shown you guys in vlogs before, like how sometimes I'll take the couch cushion, like this big couch cushion, I'll take it off sometimes, and I'll put like his toys like just here for him to have to like pull up to and like get to. So there's been like that version of that, and then also lately I've been keeping the bouncer here so that I can put him on the side of it. I'll put him just like standing on the side so that he can practice holding on and moving around if he wants to. He's not really quite moving all the way around it, but he is just like standing up there and just like strengthening his legs. Not on his own, obviously, and like he's not even really like pulling up on his own yet. So we're trying to work on that with him. So yeah, sometimes I'll put him just like sitting, and then that way he has to pull up. And he's just learning how to like pull his body up. Good job. But he's got to get like on his knees first and then get to his toys. Ooh.
Dad, he is strong.
He is strong. He's getting much stronger. So these are all things that like you can do with your little ones if you're trying to work on some of those skills. Jackson, what do you think of Sean?
I love him because we have like 3 boys.
You have 3 boys?
Yeah.
Who are the 3 boys?
Dada, Jackson is Shane Baker.
This is good. Like he's starting to like learn how to pull up, get on his knees, and then eventually he'll be able to climb more. So as busy as my day is, like this is just stuff that I try to do a couple times a day at least. What'd you say, Jackson?
Like cars.
He does like cars. That's like one of his favorite toys. Is like any of Jackson's little cars. He loves to play with them. So they're gonna fight over those for their entire life. I haven't taken Sean to the doctor in a while. Like I think his last appointment was, I can't tell you exactly when, if it was last month, but it's been a while. So I don't have recent stats. So what I'm gonna do is later I'm gonna go like just stand on the scale myself and then stand on the scale with him and see if I can get at least like an estimate of how much he's weighing, and then I'll put it up on the screen. I won't have his height, but his height has always been just like, him and Jackson are both gonna be like just petite guys. Like Joe is petite, so they've always been like on the smaller side of like the little curve or whatever. But at least with Sean, I feel like this has been the one, like the one of my children where I haven't been super concerned about his weight, or is he getting enough milk, is he, you know, feeding correctly. And I'll go and I'm going to show you the foods that I've been giving Sean. But with Jackson, I struggled a lot because they would always tell me that he was like in the, you know, like 10th percentile, like really small percentile. They would freak me out that he wasn't getting enough milk. I supplemented with Jackson a ton. With Riley, I had to supplement at the beginning because she was in the NICU. But with Sean, this has been my first baby that I haven't given him any formula. We've just nursed. I'm still nursing him now. So he's still being nursed, and that's the only like milk that he gets. And I just feel like, I don't know, like less pressure about it. I feel like he's being fed. It's like a lot more just natural, a lot less like, oh, how many hours have passed? Like it's more so like every 3 to 4 hours, I can usually tell that he's getting hungry, and I'll offer him breast milk. I'll nurse him, and then like, I don't even know how long it lasts. Sometimes I don't even keep track of like how long he nurses for. It's just like until he's like not that interested anymore and he lets go, and then we continue about the day. If I feel like he's being extra cranky or extra fussy, then I'll offer him more milk. But it's not like super strict, not super routined, and I feel like that has been fine for both him and for me. He likes to put his toys in his mouth.
Yeah.
Good Dito.
He's a baby.
Hi, he is a baby. He is very entertained here, and at least for once he is not like screeching and yelling at me, because usually like that is what he's doing. Look, he's showing you, Jackson.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm gonna actually put him on his knees just so that he can practice that. Here you go, buddy. I think at this age, Jackson was already doing the whole kneeling and pulling himself up. Like I feel like his maybe like motor skills were a little bit like more advanced than Sean's are at this point. But we're gonna keep working on them, and then hopefully he'll start to do some of this stuff on his own. Push them back. Let's see if he'll try to get up there if I push him back. Go get him. Get your toys, buddy. Jackson, tell him to go get him.
Oh, he's getting it.
Yeah. You see? Good, bud. And that's what we want him to do. But I have to, yeah, I just have to give him the opportunity to figure it out and to work on it. All right, I put him in the balancer here so I can go show you guys some stuff in the kitchen. Okay, so for Sean's food, we've been doing mainly purees, and we started foods, I feel like, pretty early with him. I told you guys before, with Riley, I did purees. With Jackson, I did baby-led weaning. And then for Sean, I decided just to do mostly purees, but then try to introduce him a little bit to finger foods and to like just some like really tiny foods. So that's what I've been doing, but mostly purees to make sure that he's getting the nutrition that he needs, because I don't know, I feel like when I did the baby-led weaning with Jackson, like half the food would fall off the tray, and then it was just like always giving me anxiety, like he's not eating enough. So to save my sanity and to make sure that he's getting what he needed, I did mostly purees. I always have like a bunch of like the little baby foods ready. Like this one is beef, this one's turkey. I have one that's like chicken, and we kind of go alternating between those, and then I mix that in a bowl with some kind of like a veggie or some kind of like fruit and veggie. It just kind of depends. I try to make sure that if he's having like fruits in the morning, then I try to mix it with like something that's more veggie. For dinner, sorry, he didn't last in the bouncer, but typically I'm feeding him 3 times a day. So we'll do breakfast, which is some version of like a yogurt mixed with, sometimes like I'll put like plain yogurt and I'll mix it with one of these purees that's like apple, cinnamon, and granola, for example. Something that like, I don't know, would go well with yogurt. Sometimes I flavor the yogurt with like a peach or a pear, or like any of these purees that have fruits. I'll mix that into the yogurt instead of getting the flavored yogurt. So that way it just like gives it some more flavor. Sometimes I don't do yogurt and I just give him some of the fruit ones. I also have some of these like organic ones that's sweet potato, cinnamon, flax, and oat. So it says like wholesome breakfast puree. So a lot of times that will be his breakfast. Or I'll do oatmeal cereal and I'll mix it with some of my frozen breast milk that I have in the freezer. I'll add some peanut butter. So a combination of stuff like that I feel like he's getting enough nutrition. He likes this so much, he's like grabbing one. So I always like have those available for his like meals. If I'm out and about, these are great for just throwing in the diaper bag. Even though I told you guys before, like I wish that I had more time to make them myself. And a lot of you guys have told me that I can get like the reusable pouches and then just fill them up myself. I know that I can. Maybe one day I'll get there. But at this point in my life, this is as good as I can do. Then in addition to his like regular purees, what I try to do is I'll sit next to him and have my breakfast when I can. And then if I'm eating something like eggs or if I'm having fruit, then I'll chop up little pieces of that and put it on his high chair, and then he can try it. And I try to encourage him to try stuff like that. He's not a really big fan of that. Like, he's not a huge foodie. It's not like if I put eggs in front of him, like he's gonna eat a ton of it. He is so going after this food, but he's gonna break all these jars. So I just do the best that I can to introduce some stuff to him. And then that way, like the main bit of his food, I already know like he's full. I already know that he's fed. And then everything else, like the little finger foods that I put, like sometimes I'll put shredded mozzarella cheese, or I did give him like a little tiny piece of chicken the other day. And if he doesn't eat it, then that's fine. But at least he's been introduced to it. Okay, so little man finished his nap. He took a nap. Riley, what do you think of your brother?
I love him because of how squishy his cheeks are.
Yeah, this is just like when it gets like a little harder to keep him entertained. We tried putting him in the pack and play, and he wanted nothing to do with it. He's like very clingy these days, which is fine and lovely. But he doesn't want to like be put down. So I still have the pack and play that I use quite often, or I try to use, because if I need to like cook or something in the kitchen, I really can't leave him unattended on the floor because he'll eat something that he shouldn't. So we've got the pack and play. I was hoping to get him on camera doing some of like his babbling that he started to do. I did get, I'll see if I can insert a clip. I did get a video of what I think was him saying his first word, and it was mama. So that made me so happy. What did you say? What'd you say? You saying mama? So yeah, that was super cute, but he obviously doesn't really know what that means. He's just like starting to babble, and it made me happy that he said mama. So now I'm always bothering him like, can you say mama? Can you say mama? What's that screeching? What do you want to tell your friends? You say mama?
He said that I love the camera.
Can you say mama? Can you say mama? Joe's in the background because he has the day off today. Can you say hi? He started also waving. He's done it a couple of times, so I'm trying to encourage him to wave. But as you can see, he has quite the temper. Joseph. He has quite the temper when he doesn't get what he wants, which I guess he gets from me. Can you say dada? He also has the two little bottom teeth you guys can see, which are the cutest, and I'm waiting for some of his top teeth to pop through. I thought I saw another one coming out on the bottom, but I am not really sure. How do you say mama? Mama. Can you give mama a high five? Oh yeah, high five. Can you wave? Can you say hi? Hi. Hi. But that's pretty much like as vocal as he is. He does like the whole like screeching, like I screech and then he screeches and we all screech together. We all screech for ice cream. We all do the screeching, which he seems to really enjoy. Let's see if he can do it. Ah! Joseph, do it. Joseph does it better.
He's gonna be. Hey. Gee. Ah!
Not today.
Not today. Ah!
Oh look. How do you say hi to Dada? You say hi? Like very excited, but I don't know what the heck he wants.
He really enjoys. He enjoys this tickle right here, right here.
You're gonna tickle him? He is very ticklish. You are right about that.
I'm gonna work on drool.
Are you gonna drool on Dada? Go make him laugh. He's so cute. His eyes too, I was looking at them yesterday. His eyes, they have gotten lighter, but they are like, they're not like one solid color. They kind of, he kind of has like that tint of like the multicolored eyes that you have, yeah. But obviously not as light.
The kaleidoscope.
Yeah, but it's hard to get it unless it's like in the right light. He has to be like up by the window.
All right, sit.
No, you can't leave him there to sit, Joseph. Hi, baby. Speaking of sitting, the one thing I meant to tell you guys is that now that he is sitting on his own, the one thing that's kind of hard these days, well, not the one thing, there's many things that are hard these days, but it's hard when I'm giving him a bath now because we were using that little like gray bathtub where he kind of like lays down in the bathtub. But these days when I bathe him, he kind of wants to sit up, and I want him to sit up and I want him to be able to play with toys. But I obviously have to do it like in a controlled way. I have that thing, that contraption that you put in the tub that like is like a little chair for them. But it's just a pain because then I'm gonna have to like really remove it every time that the big kids take a bath. So I don't know. I have to figure out what I do for bath time. But he's outgrown like the little baby bathtub is what I'm trying to say. So we've got to get a new plan for that. And what else? What else does Sean Michael like to do? He likes to be in the stroller. He likes to walk around, like when Joe takes him out for like little walks and stuff in the stroller. Yeah, he likes to be outside, and he likes to be on the floor, crawling around, getting into everything that he's not supposed to. So that's it. Just a little mini update on this guy. I'll try to see if I can link some of like his favorite toys or like some of the favorite products that I've been using with him down below. And that's really it. If you have any questions, let me know. But I gotta go because he's getting super fussy. So I love you guys. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.